So there was a request to make a three-way block swapper. So this is basically it. It works perfectly. Now I have divided the machine in few modules. As you can see, we have the green, we have the red, we have the brown, we have the yellow. Things to notice, the green is just input that goes into the brown circuit, the yellow circuit, and the red circuit. So this is not important. The brown and the yellow circuits are exactly the same, they're just mirrored. So I will explain the yellow circuit, for example, and brown is exactly the same, just mirrored. Red is different, I'll explain that as well. So what is happening is to achieve the block swapping, I'm using two half piston extenders. If you make a double piston extender, there would be an observer here for better condition, so it could push the block and pull it as well. Here it is half, so it just pushes them. So if I'm going to move this, the block double piston extender is going to double extend and push the block, the leftmost block, into the middle, so it can be pushed. But before it does that, here we have a T flip-flop which controls the state of this piston. So before any of these machines work, we have to retract it. So we send a signal from here which powers this piston, which pushes the observer onto this block, which powers the T flip-flop. So it will retract before any operations are done on this. So we can see it retracts. After that, this redstone line is going. For example, we are going to get the right side, so let's remove it, for example. Now, if you go to the right side and I press this signal is going to first deactivate that piston, so this double piston extender can move. So the signal sign is going to come here. Here we have a double piston extender. I'm not going to explain it because it's super simple circuit. It's going to push the blast furnace here in the rightmost side. Then from here we have a rising edge monostable circuit which is going to power this piston, which is a falling, it goes into a falling edge monostable circuit which extends this observer. This is for timing reasons. This is going to extend this observer, and when it gets depowered, it's going to retract it. On the retraction, it's going to power that copper bulb, which pushes the block again. So it retracts and then it pushes back when after this has done its thing. The right side is exactly the same. It's just mirrored. Now the middle side. For middle side to work, it's a bit complicated, but it is simple as well. For it to work, we require to retract this piston, so blocks are in the middle, and then we require to push this piston and this piston from either side, so our blocks will end up in the middle, because we don't really care. Well, there's no point of having additional way of storing which side has where the blocks are, from right side or the left side. So we power both of the sides because it doesn't really matter. So when we do that, it retracts, it powers this sticky piston, which is going to push any block we place here to middle, which pushes, it also, in the same time, it does the same thing on the right side. So any block which is here or here are going to end up in middle, and if it was offset to edge, it will get into the middle and then the furnace can be accessed. That is a pretty good explanation of what this three-way block swap is doing. It appears a bit daunting, but it's not that complicated. And I nearly forgot to explain the red circuit, what exactly it's doing. So when you power it, it goes to this dual edge dual edge circuit. So for example, it's going to power this block, which is on the rising edge, which is going to power this side and this side. They're exactly the same, they're just mirrored. This goes into this rising edge monostable circuit, which is going to power this rising edge monostable circuit, which is going to come here and power this sticky piston, which was mentioned why we do that for the middle. Exactly the same thing happens on this now currently our right side, well, the brown circuit. And when this piston retracts, it's because it's a dual edge, it also does something on the retraction on the falling edge side, which powers this copper bulb again. So in rising edge, it powers the copper bulb, and in the falling edge, it does that. In rising edge, it also powers either side of the half double piston extenders. So I think that's a pretty good explanation.